Vanakkam friends, I am Dr.K.Vanangamudi and welcome all of you for my YouTube Trinity Cultural Academy Coimbatore. If you don't subscribe my YouTube Trinity Cultural Academy Coimbatore, please kindly subscribe to receive the upcoming videos and kindly like my presentation. Share this presentation to your friends as well as to your groups and kindly comment on this presentation. Let us start the topic. The topic is on erosion and its conservation. Erosion and its conservation. And the National Bureau of Soil Survey and Land Use Planning, in short NBSS and LUP 2021, estimated that the soil erosion extends to about 120.8 million hectare area in India. And with the average annual rate of soil erosion in our country is estimated that about 16.35 tons per hectare are being eroded. That is 5,334 million tons per year the soils are being eroded. Of this, about 29% is lost to the sea and 10% is deposited in the reservoirs, which leads to the reduction in the storage capacity of reservoir by 1 to 2% annually. And the remaining 61% continues to get shifted from one place to another. And major types of erosions are, first one is soil erosion and second one is wind erosion. And with respect to soil erosion, the soil particles are detached from the surface and it is or being transported either by water or ice or wind and by gravity. And the types of soil erosion due to water, roughly it was estimated that 82.6% million hectare is being suffered with water erosion. And there are different types of water erosion. The first one is sheet erosion. That means the removal of thin layer of surface soil which is rich in soil fertility, and it is very dangerous and it takes place in gentle slope of the soil. And the second type is rill erosion, and it is the tiny finger-like channels are formed and this sheet becomes rill erosion. And the third one is gully erosion. Next to rill erosion, rill becomes wide and deep, and it is also a severe type of erosion and there is a heavy loss of soil. And the fourth one is stream erosion, and this is being caused by streams and rivers, and the velocity of water is very high when compared to sheet erosion. And the fifth one is wave erosion, and it is the combination of water and wind to form waves by beating action, and the soil is taken into the water reservoirs by wave erosion. And there are different types of losses due to water erosion. And the first one is loss of rainwater, the second is loss of fertile topsoil, and the third one is loss of plant nutrients, and next is the siltation of reservoirs, which reduces the storage capacity of reservoir, and that results in the desiltation. And uncontrolled runoff leading to flood that causes loss of crops, animals and human life. And the second major erosion is due to wind. In India, about 12.4 million hectares are being eroded by wind. By action of wind and common by action of wind, and it is common in semi-arid regions, and it is a major problem in the land which is devoid of vegetation. And the wind erosion consists of three phases. The first one is initiation of movement, then the transposition of the soil, and the third one is the final one is the deposition of the soil. And the losses due to wind erosion are the fertile into Gangetic alluvial plains have been converted into sandy desert. The fertile Gangetic alluvial soil plains are converted to sandy desert due to wind erosion, and again the loss of fertile topsoil and conversion of fertile soil into unproductive sandy soils, and finally which results in the loss of the economic yield. And how these erosions are being conserved, there are different measures, and the first one is agronomic measures, and in the agronomic measures the contour cultivation is the first one, the cultivation of crops across the slope, and it prevents surface run of water, and it is a method which is useful up to 1.5% slope area. And second measure is the mulching, and here you can use natural or artificial mulches, and which can reduces the evaporation and increase the water infiltration into the soil and keeps down the weed growth, which is the very competitive for the crops, and improves the soil structure. And the third agronomic measure is the contour strip cropping, and here the growing of two or more crops in strips across the slope, and the best examples is the growing of groundnut and cowpea, and which are efficient in checking the soil erosion, and similarly the groundnut and foxtail millet, and the third is the wheat and pulses. These contour strip cropping reduces the soil erosion. And the second is the mechanical measures, and here the contour bunding. It is done in areas where rainfall is less than 600 mm, having light textured soils, and here the bunds are being constructed across the slopes of land, and it is not suitable for soil with low permeability and infiltration. The second mechanical measures is the graded bunding, and these graded bunds are being used in areas where annual rainfall is more than 800 mm, and the broad based graded terraces are formed across the slope. And the third mechanical measures is the terracing, and here the terracing is adopted in the hill slopey sides, and formation of series of leveled strips across the slope, and which drains are provided at suitable distances. It is also known as bench terracing. And the fourth mechanical measure is the gully plucking and blocking of gullies with dams or rough stones or wood with cut branches that checks the water erosion as well as the soil erosion. And the third one is agrostological measures, and here the grasses are raised to prevent soil erosion by rainfall interception, and the major advantages are the binding power of soil particles and improving soil structure, and grass legume combination is followed, which fixes atmospheric nitrogen, and also it serves as a fodder for animals. And the major crops that are being used in the agroecological measures are the Syncarus ciliaris, Cynodon dactyla, and Panicum mandidole, Panicum virgatum, Andropogon species, Dicanthus annulatum, Heteropogon contortus. And legume, the major legumes which are used in the agroecological measures are the Stylosanthus and Centrosema. With this, I am completing this presentation on the erosion and its conservation. Thank you, friends, for your patient hearing, and kindly like my video, comment on this presentation, share this presentation to your friends as well as to your WhatsApp groups. Subscribe my channel to get the upcoming videos. Thank you very much, friends.